Prince Harry and Meghan Markle cope with a real shock at home. With the sudden departure of an aide who was instrumental in planning the royal wedding, at least they can rely on Samantha the Panther. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex are believed to be looking for 2 new members of staff following what has been, somewhat dramatically, described as a stampede over at Kensington Palace. According to reports over the weekend, Harry and Meghan recently lost a much-trusted aide known as Melissa, who is said to have been instrumental in the success of the royal wedding but recently resigned. While the palace has not commented on the departure, a source told the Daily Mail that the resignation had come as a surprise. "It's a real shock," said the unnamed source. "Why would she want to leave such a prestigious job so soon?" The walkout comes 6 months after the royal wedding, and follows the departure of Prince Harry's private secretary, Edward Lane Fox, who announced he was leaving the household after years of service this past summer. He was succeeded by the Queen's former assistant private secretary, Samantha Cohen, who is acting as the couple's joint private secretary. Australian-born Cohen, who is affectionately nicknamed Samantha the Panther in the royal household, came over to Kensington Palace from Buckingham Palace and oversaw the couple's recent tour of the Commonwealth. She has proved so popular over at Kensington Palace that Meghan and Harry are desperately trying to convince her to stay on. They are aware that they have lost some key staff members in recent months, but they really like Sam and want her to stay on, says a source. Harry is said to be particularly fond of Cohen, having known her since he was a young boy, while Meghan has also struck up a rapport with her. According to Kensington Palace, though, Cohen's appointment remains temporary. A statement released in April said, "The recruitment process to appoint Mr. Lane Fox's successor is ongoing." In the meantime, Samantha Cohen, who will shortly complete her tenure as Assistant Private Secretary to Her Majesty the Queen following delivery of a successful Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, has kindly agreed to serve as Interim Private Secretary, starting late summer. Sources say there are no plans for Cohen to leave the household anytime soon. She is working on long-term projects and is staying put for the time being. That should be one less worry for Harry and Meghan. We talked to Prince Charles about climate change and becoming king, analyzing Michelle Obama's next move, the true story behind the soup cans that redefined pop art, James Wolcott on the return of the #MeTooMen. Here's everything Meghan Markle wore on her South Pacific tour. Looking for more? Sign up for our daily newsletter and never miss a story. It's only been 6 months since Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, joined the royal family. But in that time, she and Harry have already lost 3 royal aides. The latest to quit is Meghan's personal assistant known only as Melissa, according to the Daily Mail. While Kensington Palace declined to comment on the assistant's departure, a spokesperson reportedly described her as a hugely talented person who played a pivotal role in the success of the royal wedding. She will soon be joined by Samantha Cohen, the royal couple's private secretary, who was tasked with preparing Meghan for life as a royal. Nicknamed the Panther, Cohen was a trusted aide to the royals for 17 years, but is set to leave the palace in 2019. Meanwhile, Edward Lane Fox, known as Harry's right-hand man, left his role during the Northern Hemisphere summer. The former army man was appointed by the prince in 2013. Personal assistant Melissa was said to have been tasked with dealing with the Markle debacle ahead of the royal wedding, in which Meghan's father Thomas Markle staged photos with the paparazzi and then backed out of the wedding just days before. Rumors are also swirling of tensions in the royal household leading up to the wedding. Royal biographer Robert Jobson claimed in his book, Charles at 70, that a stressed-out Harry became short-tempered with staff and insisted, "What Meghan wants, she gets."